Today I'm super excited because finally I get to open up the UV sterilizer we've finally upgraded to and show you guys what we chose, why we chose it. Let's get them open, get them assembled. Hope you enjoy. We upgraded to two 120 watt LifeGard Aquatic Uv sterilizers. They're 3 inches in diameter. Now we bought one and installed that last year. That's on system 1 and it's been running faultlessly. So we decided let's get the same for system 2 and the grow outs. Now I've already opened one, assembled it. Let's get this one done. Okay, you see how big it is? We've got 2-inch inlet and outlets, both unions. And the position like this, so it's constantly filled with water. You don't want to run it dry. If you run it dry, the heat from the globes have been known to melt the casings. These are packaged extremely well. You could imagine with the casings, it could be quite fragile. So there's a lot of foam packaging and so forth in the box. So let's get the transformer open. Now, of course, it comes with an Australian plug. The transformer this is one of the deciders for us for choosing the LifeGards. Only one of the deciders. There's lots of different reasons why we chose LifeGard Aquatics. The transformer has a digital readout. Now this digital readout has a countdown from 365 days, which is of course a year, and it counts down to 0, so you know when to change the globe. And I thought that was a really good selling point for us. Can be very forgetful, a lot going on, so to have a indicator of when the globes need to be changed, that was a bit of a winning decider, and I thought that was a very handy little option they have for these UVs. In this next box is a lowering little rubber bush that seals the quartz sleeve and the electrics of the UV sterilizer globe inside the top of the UV. Makes it all waterproof. We'll show you how to install it after. In this one is the quartz sleeve. The quartz sleeve is a glass sleeve that slides inside the UV sterilizer and it goes around the globe. Here's the globe here. What that does is allows the globe to be fully waterproof, submersed around the actual sleeve, and allows maximum concentration and exposure of the UV rays to anything you're wanting to zap past the UV in the chamber. One of the things I like to do with the equipment I get before I install it is get a bit more familiar with the item. Now, I like to check things like the O-rings. So I've taken off all the unions and I've checked that all the O-rings are on there, because once you put it on and you go to install it and you got to leave, it's a bit like then when you find out your O-rings are missing for whatever reason, and it would happen. One of the other reasons I opted for the LifeGard Aquatics UV sterilizers is every bit and pieces that you see on the UV sterilizer is a spare part. So you can buy every individual spare part. Also, one of the things that are in these UV sterilizers that I haven't noticed in many others is it has inside a white sleeve. Now this white sleeve acts as a repellent to the light. So instead of the light hitting the sides of the UV casings, and the UV would actually break down the casing, so eventually it gets thin and wears out. The white casing and the sleeve inside actually repels all the light, makes it brighter. It's like a reflector. So therefore, it in hindsight should be more efficient than your usual UV sterilizers. That sleeve is also replaceable and a spare part. Once you've checked everything, it's time to open up the sleeve and the globe. Now the trick with the sleeve and the globe, a lot of people don't realise, is your fingerprints or your skin has your natural oils. Those natural oils, once they go onto the sleeve and the globe, it can create a burn mark in the globe, and it will reduce the efficiency or premature globe blowing out. Therefore, you'll have to replace it a lot earlier than your 12-month mark. So my suggestion, when you are opening or touching or need to touch the globe or even the sleeve, either use gloves, latex gloves, or even toilet paper or tissue paper. I think we'll probably use the gloves in this time. Just to be safe. Now they say the globes, you're looking at approximately a lifespan of about 12 months, about a year, before they start losing their intensity. This is where the transformer comes in handy, and it tells you when your globe is worn, needing replacement. Obviously, I don't have to say that you need to be pretty careful with the quartz sleeve and the globe. I haven't been able to break one yet, so there's always a first. Let's see if I can do it on camera or not. Now the sleeve is exactly what it is. All it is a glass sleeve, a bit like a big test tube. And what we're going to do, let's install them to the ear. So we'll just set it into there for now. We'll need these O-rings and the rubber bush. This rubber bush sits on the outside of the quartz sleeve. And and it's all chamfered for it to seal. So it just goes on top like that. With a little bit sticking out at the top. Hopefully you can see that. So it's just sticking out at the top. And you carefully put the globe in. Now once the globe's in, you need to plug it into the electrics. The pins are all off-centered, so make sure you got the orientation right for the pins. That's now right to start putting it all together and sealing it up. One of the tricky things I found when I did the last 2 UV sterilizers was trying to get the electrical cord into the sleeve without damaging it. So it all needs to be tucked inside. And obviously without forcing it. That wasn't too hard that time. Let's take these off. Now when you tighten it up, obviously I want to over tighten it. So once you put the cap on, making sure that everything's relatively tight without being over tight. It's time to install these. Well, I'll take some footage of installing these at a later date when I get a chance. For now, I'll put on some labels that tells me the part number for the globe as well as the quartz sleeve, so when it comes time and this guy tells me it's time to change globes, then I've got the part numbers available so I can order new ones. We're going to be roughly running 500 to 750 litres an hour through these bad boys, and we're going to be targeting parasites, disease. We're not worried about algae, so we're going to run a bit slower. And based on those sort of figures and the size of the system is going to be very similar to running it past the sun. So nothing's going to survive if it's ever in the water. So everybody will get nice clean fish and healthy fish as they're used to from coastal clownfish. So if you found this video insightful and you want to try to look at getting one of these UV sterilizers, I'll put the link of where you can find them from. And basically, don't forget to like this video. It's important that you like the video so I know who's watching it, especially subscribing. If you subscribe, you'll find more videos on our channel as well as upcoming videos. Don't forget to tell your mates, and we'll see you around in the next one.